Hey guys, just popping in with a quick market update for you. Now that we're about a week into the month of March, wanted to give you some market stats and just, like I said, a quick market update. I've got some facts here that I want to share with you. Really interesting, actually. I was very intrigued to see kind of the trend our market is in. Um, so just going back, I like to compare where we are now versus where we were a year ago today at this very time. So going back to the second quarter of 2022, homes were listed actually below value. So essentially, at the height of our market, original list price versus sold price was 104%. So essentially, what that means is homes were not only selling for what they listed at, they were selling 4% above what they were listed at. And I'm sure everybody remembers the crazy, crazy market that we were in when they were just, we were seeing bidding wars, people bidding their firstborn child, things like that. So it's pretty crazy. At the height of the market, we had about 18,000 homes listed and 12,000 sold. So back at that time, we were dealing with a bit of an inventory problem. We don't have enough homes listed on the market to be able to compensate for all of the buyers that we had. But even then, we had about a deficit of 6,000. So between the amount of homes that were sold versus actually listed. And then jumping to fourth quarter of last year, homes were listed actually above value. Homes were selling for less than they were listed for. And of the 8,900 homes that were listed, we sold 7,600. So earlier in the year, we were having an inventory issue when we had 6,000 homes left on the market after everything had sold. And you can see by the end of the year, we had a difference of a mere 1,300. So the inventory problem got even tighter. Now, what's really interesting to me is comparing March of last year versus March of this year. So again, comparing where we're at now to a year ago today. Um, just to recap, March of last year, homes were selling for 104% of list price, and the average days on market was about 6. So very quickly. If you recall, it was very difficult for buyers to get into homes simply because they were listed, and within 48 hours, there were multiple offers above asking price. And as you can see, 6 days on market before going under contract was an average. Jumping to this year, March of 2023, original list price versus sold price is 94%, and days on market is 45. So, what that means essentially is that when someone lists a home in March of this year, on average, those homes are being listed about 6%, 6 to 7% above value. Now, with that being said, and to back up a little bit, obviously sitting on the market much, much longer. With that being said, the average the average list price this time last year was $499, and that same home listed at $499 would actually sell at $518. Flip to this year, the average list price is $519, but that same home won't actually sell for it will actually sell for $490. So the home that you could have um, well, you can see a home that was listed at $499 and was bid up to $518. That same home, if you listed at $518 this year, would actually sell for $490. So less than it was listed for the same time last year. So you can see that we're in a downward trending market, um, just with interest rates going up and taking a lot of buyers out of the market. So essentially what I'm telling my clients, with these statistics of homes being listed 94%, or excuse me, selling 94% less than they're listed for, is expect price adjustments. Expect that we may have to, sit down and discuss an adjustment, a week or 2 weeks into listing. A lot of sellers have to readjust their expectations to the market now that we're in. And seller concessions, adjustments, things like that are adjusting and becoming much more familiar and frequent. With that being said, as a buyer, interest rates are high, but it's still a really great time to be a buyer. Why? because you have less competition. Like I've said, homes are sitting on the market for 45 days on average, meaning you have more wiggle room to, as I said, ask for a price adjustment or closing costs, a concession. But there's also less buyers out there that can afford homes now just because of the cost of interest rates. Where is our market going to go? Well, we don't have a crystal ball, we don't know, but what we do know is that in January, when rates dipped just slightly before they increased back up to high sixes. In January, when rates dipped just slightly, we did see a small, quick frenzy of buyers that were trying to take advantage of those lower interest rates. So, if rates are to drop, whether it be this spring, this summer, this fall, my suspicion is that with that we will see a frenzy of buyers that are going to try to take advantage of lower interest rates, which is also going to cause prices to spike back up. So, um, there's pros and cons, obviously, to being a seller and a buyer in this market. But if you've been thinking about making a move, reach out and let me know. We can run a quick evaluation on your home to see where the value lies, if it would make financial sense for you to relocate, what your profits might look like at the end of the day. And as a buyer, we can see if it would make financial sense to get into a home now and marry the home and date the rate, if you've heard that term. You can always refinance later to a lower rate, but unfortunately, you can't refinance to a lower purchase price. So, um, again, if that's something that you've been toying around with, you have questions on, just reach out, let me know, and we can discuss what your options look like. And if you have questions specific to your market, the county, city that you live in, again, just reach out and I'm happy to go over those numbers together. And thanks so much for listening, and I'll see you again next month.